Good morning. Welcome to Faith in the Morning. Something good is going to happen to you today, so expect miracles. I'm so glad that you're here today and you're tuning in, however you're listening, whether you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, watching our live stream on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, or Faith Plus, watching on Faith Plus on demand. I'm so glad that you're part of Faith in the Morning. It exists to help you start your day with faith and encouragement. And right now, we're in our No Longer Mere Mortal May Challenge. Every day this month, we'll encourage you to pray the Ephesians 1 prayer for yourself and your sphere of influence. Read a chapter of Proverbs a day. Today is May 3rd, so you should read Proverbs chapter 3 today. And then take time every day. It's point 3. Take time every day to invest in your calling. You may have 5 minutes today, 10 minutes tomorrow, an hour on the next day. The goal is every day invest in your calling so you can go further in what God has called you to do. Let's get into the scriptures. We looked at Proverbs chapter 1 yesterday. In verse 23, when it tells us that if we turn at the correction and the reproof of wisdom, then the spirit of wisdom will be poured out upon us, and we'll get to know the words that wisdom has for us. And wisdom is important. One of the things you'll see throughout the book of Proverbs, one of the reasons people call it the book of wisdom, it tells you how important wisdom is, and all you're getting, get understanding that wisdom is the principal thing. And to guide your life, and to go through the times that we're living in, you need the wisdom of God. One of the things we'll see as we study Proverbs and go through Proverbs this month is wisdom is a force. Wisdom of God is creative in nature. And as we talked about yesterday, God has wisdom for your day. Come on, say, God has wisdom for my day. Go ahead, put it in the chat. Say, God has wisdom for my day. God has wisdom for your day. Go with me to the book of James real quick. I want you to see the scripture because God does have wisdom for your day. James, let's go to chapter 4. James chapter 4. Actually, let's back up a little bit as we go through the book of James. One of the things I love about the book of James and Peter, seeing the times they quote Proverbs and reference Proverbs, even within this wonderful book, these short books, but it's perfect for us. And I'm so grateful that these are included in the scriptures. Let's look at James chapter 1, verse 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that gives to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering, for he that wavers is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think they shall receive anything of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And so God has wisdom for your day, and he wants to give you wisdom. So a good way to start the day is to ask for wisdom. God, grant me wisdom. Be specific in your request. God, ask for wisdom concerning this appointment I have today, this meeting I have today, this decision I have to make today. Ask for wisdom concerning my relationship. Ask for wisdom concerning raising my kids and meeting with their teachers. Ask God specifically for wisdom. As James told you, ask in faith. And guess what? You will receive that wisdom God has for you, that as you go throughout your day, you'll know what to do. And as you go throughout your day, as Proverbs chapter 1 says, if the wisdom of God corrects you, you respond. And when you respond, you receive more wisdom. The spirit of wisdom will be poured out upon you. You know, another wonderful way to ask for wisdom is pray that Ephesians 1 prayer. That's why I'm encouraging you to pray every single day this month to get you in the habit of praying the Ephesians 1 prayer. So as you go through this, hear the wisdom and apply the wisdom. Proverbs chapter 2. Verse 1 says, my son, if you will receive my words and hide my commandments with you, so you shall incline your ear unto wisdom and apply your heart to understanding. Yea, if you cry out after knowledge and lift your voice for understanding, if you seek her as silver and search for her as hid treasures, then you shall understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom. Out of his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. If you ask for wisdom and then you apply the wisdom, you'll receive more wisdom and keep yourself in a place where you're continually walking in the wisdom of God to a point that people look at you and they say, wow, they're wise. And then one of the things you'll see all throughout the book of Proverbs, so wow, that the words of the wise give life. And so as you're walking in the wisdom of God, you'll be able to share the wisdom of God, and it'll bring life to all those you come in contact with. Wow, this is a wonderful journey we're on, because one of the ways to live no longer as a mere mortal and live the superhuman life is to live by the wisdom of God. So remember today, pray the Ephesians 1 prayer for yourself. Read Proverbs chapter 3. And number 3, invest in your calling. Remember, something good is going to happen to you today, so expect miracles. If you haven't already and you want to receive encouraging texts throughout this month concerning walk in your calling, you can text INVEST to 770-756-8539. If you want to receive encouraging texts concerning walking in your calling, text INVEST to 770-756-8539. We're not sending those texts every day, but throughout the month to encourage you to go after what God has for you. So once again, if you haven't already but you want to, you can text INVEST to 770-756-8539. If you haven't already, subscribe to our Faith Christian Center or Kerrick Butler YouTube channel, as well as subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Have a great day. I'll see you next time on Faith in the Morning. God bless.